Hello everyone and welcome to another real estate video. This is Javier Vidana, the real estate YouTube guy here in Phoenix, Arizona, helping you accomplish your home goals. Today's video has been on my mind for a long time. As I come up with these ideas for these videos and know they just don't come out of my butt, I really think about which ones are the ones that are really important, right? And sometimes I hit it, sometimes I miss it, but I feel that every successful escrow I've ever had has had this conversation in it. And what prevented me from making this video is honestly the opinions of the public. Not necessarily my subscribers who I love very much, but the people that come through that either drop in through my videos for real estate purposes, or they're people in my industry like other agents and lenders and title people that just, come in, they're negative. As a YouTuber, as I'm sure you've heard, we get a lot of positive comments, and you could have 100 positive comments, but one negative comment will get your attention and just suck the life out of you. So I'm not gonna care about that anymore, because I have to really think, why am I making these videos? Am I making these videos to serve my peers in my industry? Or am I making videos to serve any potential home buyers out there that just need a little consultation? So before I begin this video, you might disagree with me in this video. That's totally fine. If you disagree with me, there's nothing wrong with that. However, the opinions I have in this video are of my own that I've seen in my experience in my market. Just because you think they're wrong doesn't make them wrong per se. Also, every home buyer is completely different. Everybody has a different personality. Everybody has different goals. However, the majority of the folks I help are first and second time home buyers with a preference on finding a home that they like and love. You may be different. You may be, a very small exception of you don't care about how the house looks. Everybody says they do, at least until they start looking at ugly houses. So if you're watching this video, you're either three people. You're a subscriber, you watch all my videos, thank you so much. Or you're somebody who's hasn't had great luck finding a house or getting an offer accepted, and you're probably clicking this video because you'd like to know how to get a good deal. Or the third thing is you just might not be looking for a house yet, but you're just curious to see what the situation or how it looks like to get a good deal. So thank you for watching the video, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do. We're looking to get 10,000 subscribers by June of 2019, so we're almost there. I'd appreciate your love and support. Now let's get to the meat and potatoes, if you will. So what does it mean to get a good deal in real estate? Well, what does a good deal mean first and foremost? We've been taught, or we've been seeing from our parents or from our family members or friends or whatever, that a good deal means getting something cheaper than what it's listed at. If you're on OfferUp and you see something for $500, you make an offer for $400, it gets accepted, and now you're bragging to the world, I got myself a good deal. Or you're out in Best Buy and you see their TVs are 40% off, you buy it and you say, I got a good deal on this TV. Well, I'm gonna challenge this belief for the next 10 minutes. If you think it's complete BS after I'm done, whatever, that's the case, fine, like, whatever. I can't convince you otherwise, but let's just think alternatively here for the next 10 minutes. So now that you're on board with me, let's talk about what a good deal in real estate means. And first and foremost, I get it. Everybody has a family member or friend that says, I got a good deal on my house, man. I got a really good deal. I got $20,000 off. I had the seller pay $10,000 of closing costs. I had the seller give me a foot massage when I moved in after because I was so tired. Friends and family, or just people that you kind of know, acquaintances, always fluff their numbers when it comes to buying a house. I don't blame them. I do it all the time. Maybe you've done it with other things in your life. Don't take what people are saying that they're claiming they got their house for as complete word, okay? It's not their fault. People just love to brag about the things they got. And most of the times when someone's told me what they got for their house, and I actually look it up, it's completely different or, maybe close. Try not to think about that so much. Secondly, everybody buys in a different market. Your deal is your deal. And you could beat yourself up over how I should have bought it years ago. Doesn't matter now. The point is you're trying to get into home ownership now. So let's get rid of these two nagging thoughts. So now let's talk real estate. So first and foremost, whenever you look at a house and you see the list price, don't look at that number with like absolute certainty that that's what the house is worth. The only thing the list price of a house is the seller's opinion of the value of their home. And they get this either by market trends, what's selling in their neighborhood, what their realtor is telling them, or sometimes, unfortunately, emotional attachments to the home that are not adding actual value. Don't put any effort or emphasis on that number at all. Instead of looking and focusing on what the list price is, focus on what the reaction of the market was towards that list price of the house. Let me explain. If a house got listed on the market and it looks pretty decent, you go look at it, check it out, and the realtor calls and it turns out there's like 2 offers on the table, well, don't look at the list price as much, look at the reaction that the market caused. So this is a hot house, this is something that's very desirable, it's either well priced in that area or it's really beautiful for that area, so it's selling quick. And on the other side of the coin, if you go look at another house and it looks kind of ugly, but it has potential and it looks decently priced, but when you look at the reaction the market had towards the price of that house, what do you see is maybe it has 2 or 3 months on the market, or maybe you see that it fell through at one point of time. So then if you put more emphasis on what the reaction was of that price rather than the price itself, then you can make a better assessment of what you can do with that house. If we have a hot house, like I explained earlier, a few days in the market, multiple offers, beautiful house, if you think it's beautiful and you love it, odds are other people will as well. So it has multiple offers on the table. If you are going in there and saying, you know what, I'm gonna offer $20K under price and I'm gonna have them pay all of my closing costs. Well, let's just use logic here. It's not gonna work out, is it? Odds are, if a house is priced very well, or it's just a very desirable house, the market has deemed that this deserves to be sold right away. And the market has deemed that it's probably gonna sell if you want closing costs paid over list price. It's just what it is. And in a different situation, when we have a cold house, as I've explained, something that hasn't sold for a long time, it has potential, it's listed for, let's say, $250, you make an offer at $240 and you get the offer accepted, don't go celebrate and pat yourself in the back that I got a good deal. Well, did you really? If the house has been on the market for multiple months and it hasn't sold, why do you think that is? Probably because it's overpriced. The seller, for some reason, thinks their house is worth more than it was and it didn't sell because the price was too high. And odds are, if they would have reduced that price or if they would have priced it accordingly from the get-go, it would have been sold already. So what you did is you got an overpriced house, you made an offer of where it should have been or around the range of where it should have been, and that's where the price you got it at. You're not getting a good deal. Only thing you did is you just made the price adjustment for the seller. And maybe if you got closing costs paid, great, that's awesome. That's a good chance for get a closing cost paid, but this shouldn't be a celebration. It should be a celebration because you got a house, congratulations, but that's not what a good deal is, at least in my eyes. So what is a good deal anyways? Well, for first-time home buyers, second-time home buyers, or just, regular people out here, hustling, trying to live, a good deal to me is doing these 4 things. Getting your offer accepted for a house that fits your current goals. If you need closing costs, getting those closing costs paid. If you are paying your own closing costs, making sure that it's adjusted on the price. Doing a very thorough home inspection and getting any repairs done that you can't do that are essential for you. And last but not least, you're buying the home at the appraised price. If you're able to get these 4 things when buying your house, then you got yourself a good deal. End of story. You found a house that you like, that maybe this isn't the dream home, but it accomplished your current home goals. You're tired of paying your rent. You just want to live somewhere. You need 5 bedrooms for your 3 kids. You need a mother-in-law suite for your mother-in-law. Whatever your situation is, you got a home that you like and you love and fits your current home goals. Second category is if you need closing costs, which a lot of people do, $5,000 or $6,000 that you don't want to come out of pocket for because maybe you're paying your down payment already or using some kind of assistance program. Well, you got the seller to take $6,000 out of their proceeds and give them to you. Maybe you had to offer a little more to get the house, to get those closing costs paid. Maybe you had to find a house that maybe was not hot but warm or cold, something that, that hasn't sold in a while, that's, okay. Whatever the case may be, you did what you need to save yourself that money. And on the other side, I also put a note there, if you're paying your own closing costs, well, at least it adjusted somehow on the price. Number 3, you did a thorough inspection and whatever repairs that were needed that you are not able to take care of that are a concern of you, we're having the seller take care of them. And the final thing is people that are always worried about, am I overpaying for a house? Am I underpaying for a house? Well, the lender's not gonna let you buy the house without doing an appraisal on it. If the house, whatever offer you made, the appraisal comes in at that value or above, then you're buying the house at what an appraisal believes market value is at that moment for that neighborhood. If the house underappraises, it came in below value of what the offer you made, well then just negotiate with the seller. 9 out of 10 times, the seller is already invested, they just just want to get rid of it, there's some kind of terms or some kind of solution that both people come up with. And sure, once in a blue moon, sometimes you deal with a seller that doesn't want to agree with the low appraisal, and now either they reduce the price at a cost of reduced closing costs, or they just don't want to reduce their price at all. Well, in that situation, there's protections in the contract that'll protect you. It is a really crappy situation. However, you know, nothing ventured, nothing gained. At least you tried. And it rarely happens, because most of the time sellers are so invested at this point that they're willing to make it work. So it is what it is. We move on and we continue our search. However, you shouldn't be living in this fear of that happening. It rarely happens, so don't even worry about that. Most of the times, if the appraisal comes in low, then we'll just negotiate it. And just like I tell my buyers, if we're negotiating a low appraisal, this is good news. They're working with us. They're not working with the 5 other buyers they had during the offer phase. They're working with us. And this is a good opportunity for us to get the house a little cheaper than we intended. So if you can accomplish these 4 goals, why are you going to live in this fantasy of like, oh, I didn't get the house at a lower value than what the list price is? So like I said before, the list price is only an opinion of the seller's value of their home. If that's the case, if you're paying a little more or a little less than that, as long as you're getting these 4 things done, you got yourself a good deal. Congratulations. There are some people out there who think where in a negotiation, there are winners and there are losers. And I have to win and the other person has to lose. And I can't change people's perspective on that. No matter what I tell you now, if you think this way, you probably are always going to think this way. There is 2 people in this real estate transaction with real people emotions, with goals, with ambitions, with all these things. There's the buyer and the seller, and they're both trying to accomplish their goals. The buyer's trying to get the home so they can live with their family or have an investment, whatever, and the seller's trying to sell this home. And they're both very emotional. I would challenge you and say, if you, instead of thinking it as a I have to win, they have to lose thing, maybe think of it as like, we're working together to both mutually accomplish our home goals. And if I can get what I want out of it, I can help you get what you want out of it. I mean, if we look at it as that, then maybe if the other party isn't, when we think of it from this point of positivity, I can tell you guys it works out. Every time when I have this perspective, it's helped me and my buyers get what we want. Whereas if we came in from this aggressiveness, this negativity, I'm gonna get what I want, you're gonna lose, well, often we end up losing. Yeah, Javier, but I have all cash, or I've saved 20% down for this house, and I expect to get a good deal because I am not no normal 3.5% down buyer. Well, congratulations to you, but here's the reality. When a seller's selling their house and they have 3 offers on the table, they don't care if it's a 3.5% down. You know, sure, if you're 20% down conventional, you get some little more extra points, right? But at the end of the day, they're gonna go for the offer that has more potential money for them at the end of the day. Whatever, if they can make another 10 grand with this FHA offer, and instead of yours, which is a lowball conventional 20% down offer, well, they're probably gonna go with the FHA. Now, if you have cash, maybe you can try to get away with that, and maybe they're gonna go with yours because they don't wanna deal with an appraisal or anything like that. But here's what my suggestion is: if you're gonna take this approach of just lowballing people, leave emotions out of it. Whenever I encounter someone that says, I'm just trying to get a good deal, well, first and foremost, it's not a deal. You're getting a good value. You're trying to save money on the list price, which once again is just an opinion of value, but whatever. If you feel that you're in this world where you have to get it cheaper than that, leave your emotions at the door. Because when you're going and looking at houses and you find one that you love, and you find out that there's 2 offers on a table, well, it's gonna be hard not to get emotional about it. If you're gonna lowball them, you're not gonna get the house. So my opinion, and most of the time, you know, there's some exceptions where it's not true, but most of the time it is true. If you're looking to get a good value on the house, you need to find 2 situations. You need to find a situation where the seller is down on their luck and they need to just sell quickly. And if they're gonna do this sell quickly thing, you need to have cash ready to go, or you need to convince them to do a 30-day escrow, which if they're looking to cash out, I mean, I'm talking like someone's family died, something very traumatic and serious. If you're out looking for those opportunities, sure, you can probably find the house at a lower value. The second opportunity for you is to go try to find something that's very cold. And if it's very cold, it's probably overpriced and it's probably really ugly. So you're just gonna hope that, because you're gonna have to make a lowball offer, right? You're gonna probably adjust it. You're gonna hope that you're gonna make an offer below of the market value where it should have been listed, and that the repairs of the cost you're gonna put into it is hopefully not going to be still not be at the value where it needed to be, or the repairs you do push it past the value of where you want to make a profit. It's not 2010, 11, guys. There's no short sales, that many short sales out there more. There's not many very foreclosures now. And a lot of people still come tell me, hey, Javier, can I go try to get a foreclosure to get a good deal? Yeah, but either foreclosures, list them on the MLS and price them as any other house would be listed, or you need immediate cash or some kind of short-term loan, go to the auction house and get something sight unseen and hope that it works out. Also, I'm gonna leave you with this note, okay? You either get the house you want or you get the value that you want. You can go out and you can try to find yourself a deal and go look for other houses and see if you can find something that's cheaper and, save money on your monthly payment and all that good stuff. Or what happens, and I don't know why, it just happens, the house that you want is either gonna be at the price that you're qualified for, or this always happens, a little further out than what you qualified for. I don't know why it is. I seriously don't know why. But if you're qualified for 200,000, the houses you love are at 220. If you're qualified up to 400, the houses you love are at 450. It's just the reality of the situation and nothing we can do there, right? But if you're focused more on finding a good value, you're potentially robbing yourself of the opportunity to finding a house that you'll actually love. So thank you guys for your time. I appreciate it. If you're looking for a real estate agent in the Phoenix, Arizona area, I would love to help you. My contact information can be found below. Feel free to call or text me. That way we can get the situation. We can get your process started and get you into a home as soon as possible. If you're not in Arizona and you're looking to buy a home, I have a video down below in the link where you can watch and get a little more information of how to schedule an appointment with me. That way I can help you find your own realtor. So thank you guys so much for your time. I appreciate it. And once again, if you haven't subscribed, come on, man, you gotta subscribe. Thank you guys. Have a good one.